On a school trip, graduation, leaving trip with Holy Spirit's Catholic School. They left on Tuesday morning for Montreal. Spoke to him and texted with him during the week, make sure everything was good. He was having a good time. And then on Wednesday evening, I got a phone call at 11:15 p.m. From my son Ian, from the emergency at Montreal Children's Hospital. That he was in emergency. He had cuts to his forehead, and he was with one of the other female teachers. So I spoke to the female teacher to find out what had happened, and she said that the vice principal, Mr. Patel, had thrown his shoe down the coach and had hit my son in the face, and he had a big welt on his forehead. And she said, you know, they were waiting to see a doctor just to get it cleaned up and make sure he didn't have any concussion, anything like that. As I'm coming upstairs, my wife was on the phone. She had a phone call from the principal, who was still here in Toronto, and basically advising the same thing. And the principal said that you know, it was very unlike Mr. Patel, and Mr. Patel had said it was just a lack of judgment on his part at the time. So basically, we got talking to the teacher at the time as to what had happened, and you know, basically told us that Mr. Patel was annoyed with the kids for singing on the bus. They were heading back to the hotel after their evening excursion, and he asked them, well, shouted at them to shut up. So the kids and the other teacher said it just. She turned around. She goes, he just snapped. He took his shoe off and threw his shoe. So he was at the front of the bus. Ian was towards the rear of the bus and hit him square in the face. So that was all we knew.
Your son was sleeping at the time too.
So well, that's what we didn't know that. So then yesterday, then I'm on the phone in the morning with the principal at the school, and you know, he's coming out. I'm starting to get the whole appearance that, you know, oh, it's just not his fault, and you know, covering up for him. You know, the principal turned around. Teachers are getting exhausted. They're tired. You know, and I'm thinking, there's no excuse for this. This is, you know, so got all the excuses, and basically said, you know, the principal said, you know, we'll get back to you and let you know what's going on. I asked if the teacher was still there. The teacher was left in charge of all of the boys on the 5th floor on his own, while the other teachers were at the hospital with my son. And on that, I said I didn't want him anywhere near my child, especially, but any of the other kids, and I thought he shouldn't be there. Took me till probably 2, 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, phoning all the phone numbers I could find on the Catholic School Board, and basically they called us back yesterday afternoon and said that they've told him to make his way back to Toronto, and they're meeting with him.
They wouldn't have unless you had voiced your opinion?
No, they would have left him. They didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Spoke to a lot of people at the Catholic school, well, a lot of voicemails and a lot of receptionists, but eventually started speaking to somebody, got talking to the school trustee and the school secretary. So it seems that with Barbara McMurrow is the school secretary, and she's the pivot point. I don't know who is above her, and basically everything at this point funnels through her. So we don't know who's above her making any calls. But my frustration to start with was that nobody at any point, you know, turned around and said, you know, look, we're really sorry about this, and this is the course of action that we're going to take. We had to push and push and push, and make certain, you know, things were going to. My concerns, anyway. We've been told this afternoon through a third party that Mr. Patel is on leave of absence while the board reviews. The school board called Children's Aid. For what reason, we don't know. Now, whether they wanted to coach the kids, my kid, as to what to say on Monday. I've spoke to Children's Aid today, and I've told them I don't want them anywhere near my child at this point. If they want to do their own investigation, that's fine, but I can't see what our family and everything else, why they need to be involved at this point. So we still haven't heard anything back from the school at this point. We've asked for answers, and obviously they've got to wait for some of the teachers to come back tonight.
What was your reaction when you first heard? I mean, a teacher throwing a vice principal throwing a shoe.
I was shocked. My stomach turned right over. I mean, this is a person that you're basically expecting to be, you know, you put all your faith and your trust in these people to look after your kids on a trip, right?
Yeah.
So, total, you know, if I didn't have my leg in a cast, I would have been in my vehicle and on the way to Montreal right then and there.